how did this whole outreach thing start? Who heard of sending a guy out to Pittsburgh and a person out to Sydney, Australia, and someone out to Leeds and Sweden and Antwerp and Manchester, New Hampshire, and today everybody's doing outreach. The Rebbe, when he came over, the Holocaust was still going on. It was in the 40s. He wasn't even the Rebbe yet. He was the Ramash. He wasn't the Rebbe yet. He was sitting at a Fabrengen, a gathering, on a Shabbos afternoon with about 12 Hasidim, just a group of them. And he was telling them something they never heard of. He said, we have to go out and see all the other Jews and all the other people, and even non-Jews, and get them involved in good things. And the Jews, we have to get them involved in Jewish life. They want it. And these Hasidim were like, what are you talking about? He said, yes, even people who don't have black hats and beards, they want it. What do those Jews have no interest? Yes, they do. They said, well, how do we even know who's Jewish out there? And the Rebbe said, you asked them. And they looked at him. And he wasn't the Rebbe yet, so maybe they were a little tough with him. They said, we're going to go up to someone, a stranger on the street, ask them if they're Jewish? And with that, the Rebbe got up from his table, Shabbos afternoon, and walked out onto the Eastern Parkway. The Hasidim that were with him followed him. And the Rebbe saw a woman crossing the street with a bag of groceries in her handbag. And he walked up to her in the street, and he said to her, excuse me for being so forward, but are you Jewish? She said, yes, I am. I am, as a matter of fact. Well, why do you ask? And the Rebbe said, because I'm Jewish too. And today is the Shabbat, the Holy Sabbath. And if you guard the Shabbat will guard you. And one of the things we don't do on Shabbat is we don't carry. So I recommend you take your groceries and your handbag and you put them down here on the street. When it becomes dark out tonight, you come back and you get them. Now this woman thought this was the most polite mugging she's ever seen. So she said, thank you very much, but I don't think I really want to leave my things here. And the Rebbe said, he's so pure, the Rebbe. He said, oh yes. He said, of course. Said, I'll have someone take it and put it in my office and lock it up and come after Shabbat and collect it there. And she smiled. She said, well, thank you very much. It's very nice to have a little give and take with you. I really have a good Shabbos, and I'll say goodbye. And she went to take a step away. And with that, the Rebbe turned and he whispered and said, it will also protect your son. She turned around and she said, how did you know? She was crying. The son was in the U.S. Army. The first soldiers over into Europe. They were being slaughtered as they came onto the beaches. She didn't hear from him. She heard reports. She took her bags and her pocketbook and put them down the street and walked away. She came back Wednesday Shabbos night. She came and collected her things. 3 weeks later, she shows up at the Rebbe's office, which wasn't the Rebbe yet, but the Rebbe never took the Rebbe's office. He stayed in his office downstairs, even when he became Rebbe. They came to that office. And she said, I want to speak to that man. He knows who I am. I'm the lady with the groceries. The Rebbe came out and she had a letter that was recently published. She showed him the letter. She said it was a listing my son wrote of all the boys in his troop, his unit. Mickey and Sammy and Nicky and Tony and Johnny, and all wiped out. He wrote, it's a miracle. I don't know how I survived. I don't know how I'm writing this letter to you, but I want you to know I'm okay. The Rebbe smiled and took the letter and he said, even if you didn't put the groceries down, the Holy One would have protected you and your son. Don't. When he comes home, you should enjoy Shabbos together. You're Jewish. The Rebbe wouldn't ask anyone to do anything that he wouldn't do himself. We are not just reliant on the few rabbis in this room. We are all Hasidim of the Rebbe. Everyone. We have to go out there, and we have to say, are you Jewish? And we have to bring chicken soup and donuts and challahs and go out there and invite more people to come. And more people to be part of it. Not rely just on these few emissaries. We're all emissaries of the Rebbe. That is the job that we have to do. Sure, it's a night of inspiration. And we're inspired. We're inspired. But we've got work to do. People ask me, what's the thread of going to 160 Chabad houses? What's the thread I see between all the Chabad houses? What's the one thing I notice? And I always say, whenever I get there, the rabbi's opening chairs and closing tables. Instead of giving speeches, if I just sold them chairs and tables. It's the inspiration, yes, but it's the perspiration. It's the work. It's the work. It's getting enough chutzpah to say, are you Jewish? Come for some challah. A Jew wants it. My son, when he was in Morristown, had 4 impacted wisdom teeth. Calls me up, I gotta get surgery. So I figured I'll fly up to New Jersey, I'll get a hotel room, I'll help. I thought, what am I talking about? I'll fly him down to home. We'll miss school, miss yeshiva for a couple of days, then we'll send him back up. So he'll come to Boca. So my son said, only on one condition, I want it to be a Jewish dentist in Boca. I said, I'll see if I can find one. You get in a car accident in Boca, chances are if you hit a dentist. So I found Dr. Katz. My son shows up. He says to Dr. Katz, did you put tefillin on this morning? Dr. Katz said, not today. No, not this morning. No, I didn't. My son said, well, those hands are not touching my mouth until they have tefillin. He puts tefillin on Dr. Katz. We take pictures, the whole to-do. My son, he works on my son's mouth. No pain. I have nothing to do with that. But he had a very good doctor. It was good tefillin, whatever. No pain. My son goes home. 11:30 at night. We get a phone call. Now, this is Boca, 11:30 at night. 3 o'clock, you have dinner. 4:30, they're watching Leno on television. You know, by 10, it's already Motzei Shabbos 2 weeks from now. 11:30 at night, we get a phone call. It's the dentist. He wants to speak to my son. My son gets on the phone. I asked my son, what did he say? He said, if I'm not too busy, can I come tomorrow with the tefillin? A Jew wants it, he's crying for it, and if he complains about it, he wants it more. Continue to inspire